This is like the time of day that I feel like people normally take naps, which is a weird thing to say, I feel like, but I'm just getting that vibe about right now. I just feel like where the sun is in the sky and like everyone's kind of just chilling, I feel like this is where people would take naps. I was not going to film this video today, and I am anyways. I am going to follow a Nikkietutorials makeup tutorial. I'm on day 7 of having uveitis, which is why this eye just looks like a robot. Not a professional in any sense. I think we all understand that now. So I can't figure out how to play the YouTube video on this video. So instead I'm just gonna hold up my iPad like the real garbage person that I am.
It's a very warm toned, sexy, smoky eye with glitter, pink and silver glitter. And then the first thing you want to do is moisturize your skin so you have a nice base to work with. And my skin is still a little bit dry from all the drama that happened last week. So prior to film, I want to minimize the appearance of my pores a little bit. So I'm going to go in with the Pores No More Pore Refiner Primer by Dr. Brandt. And I love this line by Dr. Brandt. So I bought it and I'm going to try it out today. In with the Milani 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer Conceal Perfect Foundation. And I'm in the color 1 Creamy Vanilla. I'm just going to work it in using my beauty blender.
Okay, so I have none of those. Moisturized my skin with my Tatcha. This is the water cream. I've been spraying rose water onto my skin because it's super irritated, probably from me extracting my face. But I'm going to use the Porefessional. This is the newer one. This is the Pearl Primer. I haven't been using this too much. I feel like it just makes my foundation slip off of my face faster, but we doing a tutorial, so we going to do it. Use a facial primer. I'm going to use my J1 Jelly Pack. In her newer videos, this is a primer that she loves. She also uses the Sicily. She uses a Sicily primer, but that is so expensive. So I don't have a foundation that she uses, but she always uses a high coverage foundation and she uses a lot of it. So we're just gonna go full Nikkie today, and I ain't mad about it because I love full coverage. So I'm gonna use 2 very high coverage foundations. I'm going to use my Hourglass Vanish Stick, and I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Faux Filter and just live our most full coverage life. And blend this out using this packed tiny foundation brush, and then I will put on the Huda Beauty thick and I will use my beauty blender to do that. So here we go.
Ultra HD Concealer in Y21 and making it a little bit lighter using my Kryolan TV Paint Stick in 00.
I don't have those concealers. I just have the Shape Tape, which will be fine.
And again, as always, blend it in using your beauty blender.
Okay, so she didn't talk about setting her face, so I'm just gonna do what I normally do. I'll bake with the Fit Me loose powder in 05, and then I will set my face using the Benefit, this isn't Benefit. I will set my face using this Bare Minerals Finishing Veil Translucent Setting Powder. So, and like I said, I will be using the Tarte Shape Tape because it's the only one I got. She doesn't talk about when she wipes away her bake, but I'm gonna do it now. My skin is just living for it, and by living I mean dying for it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe away my bake. One thing she definitely doesn't go over in her video are her eyebrows, and my eyebrows take me a minute, so I'm actually gonna go off camera and do my eyebrows, and then I'll come back and do my eyes. All this one's just falling out of my head, so I mean there's that. We're just not gonna talk about how long it took me to do my eyebrows.
My MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I'm applying this using a Sigma 3D HD brush, my favorite brush to apply my paint pot with. With this Kiko High Pigment eyeshadow in number 1, I'm going to set my brow bone and crease area to help blending later on.
I actually do use a MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly, and I usually apply it with not a Sigma or Morphe or anything really. It's just this little LaFera brush. And I do the same thing though, I just put it all over my lid and up to my brow bone, so I'll do that. Like a flat, looks like it's like a flat blending brush sort of, and she uses that light shade to put on her brow bone. So I don't have any light shades that aren't a little bit shimmery. Gonna go into my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I'm going to grab, I'm actually gonna grab this lighter shade up here. I think this is in the shade Beam. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it, which I wouldn't put as like a transition-y shade usually, but it's the lightest color that sort of matches the one that she has that I have. So we're just gonna use that. And she used it on her brow bone and then in her crease area. Yeah, that's some shimmer. Oh gosh. Okay, so the next shade she uses, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Custard color. I don't have any of the shadows that she uses. Let's just just say that right now. So by the title of the color, it is a very custard kind of a color, which I think in my my Morphe palette, the closest to that is gonna be this, oh man. I'm going to go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, and I'm actually gonna pick up this color right here. It's Unity, probably the closest. It's like that matte nude kind of a shade. This is a little bit more yellow, but it'll do the trick. She uses a MAC blending brush, but I'm going to use a Morphe M441, which is a crease blending brush, so this will probably do the trick. She pops it into her crease and then just blends it out. She does it softly at first and then kind of drags it out a little bit. I'm probably going to go back and forth through the video just so I can do my best. So yeah, that is what we're doing now.
Now I'm going to go in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in Rosette, and this is going on the inner and outer third. And I'm using a MAC 239 for this.
The shadow that she uses is actually more purple. And I don't have anything like that really. This color Dimension that's in here, it's pretty purple, but hers is like a maroon. You know what, we're gonna make it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Dimension in my Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, and I'm gonna mix it with this shade right here in the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This is the shade Crayon Apple. It's a little shimmery, shiny, and I feel like that's gonna give us that purple yet red look. I don't know what I'm doing. This is a MAC 239. I don't have that, obviously. So we're gonna pick something sort of similar, which is none of these. Smaller and it's not as dense. I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm actually going to wet it though because I want that shine to show up. And hopefully, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I don't like this brush, so we're gonna use a bigger brush because why not? Well, now that our eyes look completely different than hers, let's keep going.
So by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And with a Cosette 185 brush, I'm gradually blending this from the rosette color. And then anything that's left on the brush, you drag over the crease to get some sort of connection going here.
Since my look is a little bit more purple anyways, is I'm gonna go in with Osiris up here, and I'm just gonna darken the ends and the inside. I don't know if that's gonna work, but. I think she said terracotta. Maybe I'm just thinking of the word terracotta, probably. Since we're more purple than red, we've already gone there. I don't know what the heck happened. We're actually just gonna go into Lure down here, this guy right here, and we're going to do what she did. Was she's taking it and she's blending it up around the edges and pulling that up a little bit to blend out the dark harshness, and then she's taking whatever's left on the brush and sweeping it across. So I guess we're gonna do that. I don't remember what brushes she's using, but I don't have it. So I'm gonna use this fluffy blending brush by my LaFera. Yeah, okay. Sweep it across the crease. Now that nothing is the same, that custardy color again with the same brush that you used to apply it, and then use that to kind of soften what's going on upstairs. Okay, one thing I am gonna do that's not in her video, just because she's better at this than I am, I really want that more metallic-y kind of color on the outer and inner. So I'm gonna go back into Dimension and I wet this, and I'm just going to add this to the outer and inner just to like foil some kind of more metallic into the color. This look is gonna turn out not looking anything like hers, so I've already kind of like owned that and living for it, I guess. Okay, my eyes look way different than hers does, so but she said rosette, I think is what it's called. She goes back into it to intensify the inner third and the outer third. She also mixes it with like a deeper kind of like maroon brown kind of a shade. We're not gonna do that just because we ended up using more purple than anything, so oh well. And then once she's done with that, which I'm apparently not because I'm never satisfied. Flat, another MAC brush, I don't know what the heck it's called. First puts on Metal by MAC or Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is just like a silver shade. I don't have anything like that. Instead, I'll go in with Lucid, which actually has some green reflect in it, but I'm hoping to cover that up with my Stila. This is in the shade Kitten, and I'll put that in the middle. So she basically stamps the color into the middle part of the eye, and then she uses an actual glitter, like a free-floating glitter, and puts that on top, and do basically the same thing. So that's what we're gonna do, I guess. Okay, so she then takes, wow, this looks like something. Takes the liner in a plum kind of a shade because that matches. Luckily I have this black, it's the NYX Faux Black, and it has kind of a purpley tint to it, so we're just gonna use that. She puts that into the lower lash line and then on the lash line itself, and then she takes a smaller brush, probably like this one, sort of, not really, to take that rosette shade that she's been using on the inner and outer, to kind of buff it in and blend it into that liner on the lower lash line. So that's what we're gonna do, but with different colors. Yeah. She uses a glitter on the inner corner of the lash line that's a little bit darker and a different color. I only have brown, so I guess that's gonna have to do, which doesn't match anything that we've been doing. So that's cool. Finishes out her look with just some lashes. I'm not putting on lashes because I suck at it and I don't have any. So I'm gonna add a little bit of liquid eyeliner. I'm gonna try to go light. Oh, because that would make this better. Nothing is working. Everything looks all messed up and I hate my life. So we're just gonna add some mascara to just seal it all in. The rest of the video was pretty much just her bronzing and contouring and doing everything else. So I just did that, and this is the finished product of absolute nightmares. I'm very sad. I mean, it's like pretty, but I messed up. There's lots of holes. I don't know. Plus my eyelashes are doing what they're doing. My eye is doing what it's doing, and that's just the real truth. My foundation budged right here like so bad, and I think it's that primer. Like I honestly think that that primer is garbage. I'm sorry, Nikkie. Not that you'll ever see this, but I'm sorry that I just messed up your tutorial so bad and just did everything the way I wanted it to instead of the way it was supposed to be done, and then it turned out to look like garbage. So next time I will try to listen to you. Yeah, that's about it. My eye is now very upset. I think this is fun. I think everyone who likes to do their makeup should try a makeup challenge. This took me way too long, though, so there's that. I never want to spend that much time on it ever again.